Hey guys, do you ever play ping pong? Whoops! Okay, today we are doing the written exercises on page 76 and 77. Now, you did some of these with a partner in class, remember? So, the first one says, draw a triangle that satisfies the conditions stated. And write not possible if you can't do it. So the first one was acute isosceles. Acute means all the angles are less than 90. And isosceles means that two of the sides have to be equal in length. So I drew a cute little acute isosceles triangle. B is right isosceles. You've got one right angle, two angles that are equal in length. C is an obtuse isosceles. When you draw obtuse, it always has to be greater than 90 degrees. Then you have two sides that are equal in length. 2B, scalene isosceles. A scalene isosceles is not possible because the definition of scalene is that all the sides are not equal in length. And the definition of isosceles is that two are equal in length at least. Okay, scalene obtuse. I got a shorter, then a longer, and then a long with an obtuse angle. Number 3 said a triangle with two acute exterior angles. And I just tried to show you if you did a triangle like this. One of your angles, in this case both of them are obtuse. In this one, that would be obtuse too. Over here you've got this exterior angle that's obtuse. That one's obtuse. So that's not possible. I just tried to show you with the picture. And then number 4 said an obtuse equilateral triangle. And this is obtuse, but all sides can't be congruent in an obtuse triangle, so it's not possible. All right, so number 5 said if the measure of angle 1 equals 40, here's angle 1, so that's 40, and the measure of angle 2 equals 60, how much is the measure of angle 6? So theorem 212 said the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two remote angles. Angle 6 is always going to add up to these two added together. So the two angles were 40 and 60, so that angle 6 is going to be 100. And you have to do that with these. So number 6 was 115 because 1 and 3, 1 was 45, 3 was 70, and they wanted to know the measure of angle 5. So if you add those two together, you're going to get 115, and that's going to be these are the two remote angles. This is the exterior, and if you have an exterior angle, it's going to be the sum of the two remote. It's not going to be the sum of the one that's supplementary. It's going to be the sum of the two remote. Number 7 said angle 2 equals 50, 3 equals 65, then 4, so 2 and 3 are here, so 4 is the exterior. That is also going to be 115 because it adds to what these two equal. I'm not going to go through each one of these and explain them because I just explained them. Although in number 8, measure of angle 4 equals 135. So this time they're giving you this one, and they're giving you 6 equals, this is number 8. 4 equals 135, 2 equals 60, and they want you to figure out 3. So this time you have to take this angle and subtract this angle to get this one. Because if those two add up to this one, then this one minus this one is going to equal that one. Oh, we got some visitors. This is Samuel and Jacob. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
So number 8 is 75 when I did that. Number 9, you're going to subtract 120 minus 40 to get 80 is the answer. Number 10, it said angle 1 equals x. So if that's x, and angle 2 is x plus 10, that's x plus 10. And angle 6 equals 120. So 120, well, we know those two added together are going to equal that. So 2x plus 10, I'm adding those two together, equal 120. Solve for x, you get x equals 55. Okay? Number 11 gives you the measure of angle 2, the measure of angle 3, and the measure of angle 4, and we have to solve for x. So if 2 equals 2x minus 5, 3 equals 3x plus 10, and 4 equals 140, we're going to say this angle plus this angle equals 140. You put all that together. This is an algebraic problem now, so we're back to algebra. Yay, Blaine. you love algebra, we get x equals 27. And number 12, the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 5 plus the measure of angle 6 equals 360. I wanted to show you how I did this. If I know that 180, if each angle in the triangle that they give you, each one of these angles equals 180, right? So this equals 180, this equals 180, and this equals 180. These three together equal 180, because those are all supplementary angles. So if I multiply 180 times 3, I get 540. So now I have 540, but I know these three angles added together equal 180. So if I have the whole 540, I subtract 180, I'm going to get these exterior angles added together are going to equal 360. Okay, so anytime you have a triangle, the exterior angles added together will be 360. Okay, number 13 is up here. And it said find the values of x and y. So I had two parallel lines. If you notice, 30 and x are alternate interior. I extended my lines. So those two are alternate interior. I get x equals 30. And then I just took y is the exterior angle of x and 45. So if I add x, which is 30, plus 45, I'm going to get 75. And that's the same measure as angle y, which is exterior. Number 14, a lot of these have that same type of thing. I have my two parallel lines, and I had to figure out x and y. And in the picture, I had, this was 90, this is 50. Well, I add those two together. 90 and 50 equal 140. Subtract 140 from 180, and I get 40. So x equals 40. And then I've got y plus 100 plus 40, because it's alternate interior, equals 180. Then y plus 140 equals 180. Y also equals 40. Number 15, I have corresponding angles. So x is automatically going to be 130. And then, so if x is 130, these two added together should equal 130. 130 minus 70 is 60. Y is going to be 60. It's a remote angle. Number 16 is over here. We're almost done, guys. I'm going to go through 22, and I'm going to stop this video, and then I'll put another video up later. I didn't have enough blackboard space. So number 16.
What about all the way over there?
Yeah, there were too many problems, so I didn't have enough space. Oh, keyword is ping pong ball. Special guest was Samuel. Okay. So here's a right triangle. I've got x and I've got y, and I've got another right triangle, and I've got 40 and 90, so I can figure out y. 90 plus 40 is 130. 180 minus 130 is 50. I don't know what happened to this. It looks funny, but y equals 50. So if that's 50, then 90 plus 50 plus x equals 180. So I have x right here. I have 90. And that's 50. So 50 plus 90 plus x equals 180. Solve that, and x equals 40. A lot of them, these answers are 40 in a lot of them. Okay, moving on to number 17. Woo, just lost my froggy slipper. Hi guys, ribbit. Okay, you know I love my froggy slippers. It's always cold in my house, so I gotta keep my slippers on. All right, so let's see. In this triangle right here, we have this triangle. And we have this triangle, but I know that's 65. Was that given to me? I forget. Okay, that was 65, that was 25. So if I add those together, I get 90. So that means that's going to be 90. That's supplementary with this. So therefore, x equals 90. So I got my x. And then I got 90 plus 65. So these two angles, 90 plus 65. Is going to be 155, and then I subtract 155 to get 25 over here. Okay, so y equals 25. Number 18, okay, you're going to just kind of keep looking at it until you figure out which angles we're talking about. Over here, 18, I was given that this was 40 and this was 20. So 40 plus 20 equals 60. So that whole angle equals 60. That's 90. 90 plus 60 is 150. 180, the whole triangle. Triangles always equal 180 degrees. 180 minus 150, which is those two, is going to give me y. So y equals 30. Now I know that. And then I've got a 90, a 20. I've got 30 here. I can figure out x. 90 plus 20 plus 30 plus x equals 180. 140 plus x equals 180. X equals 40. Okay, 4 more problems. 19 said, the lengths of the sides of a triangle are 4n, 2n plus 10, and 7n minus 15. Is there a value of n that makes the triangle equilateral? If a triangle is equilateral, all the sides have to be equal. All I had to do was pick two sides and make them equal and solve for n. I did all 3 ways out for you to show you. I picked 2 sides, 4n, 2n plus 10, solved for n equals 5. In each problem, 2n plus 10 equals 7n minus 15, solved for n equals 5. 4n equals 7n minus 15. I did it 3 ways, you only had to do it 1. I wanted to show you each time n equals 5, the answer was yes. Okay, this was the question where we had smallest, middle, and largest. Okay, they said the smallest, I'll read it to you exactly, the largest of 2 angles. So you want to write out smallest, middle, and largest. You should do this in algebra. Are 2 and 3 times as large as the smallest angle. Find all the measures. So go with the smallest and call it x. The middle is going to be 2 times x, so 2x. And the largest is going to be 3x, okay? So we just do x plus 2x plus 3x equals 180. Add that all up, you get 6x equals 180. Solve for x equals 30. I plug in by substitution, plug in 30 here, plug in 30 here, you get 2 times 30 equals 60. Plug in 30 there, you get 3 times 30 equals 90. The 3 sides are the angles are 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay. Now, number 21 says in triangle ABC, the measure of angle A equals 60. Measure of angle B equals 60. What can you say about the measure of angle C? I'm sorry, B equals less than 60. Okay, if we have a triangle and one equals 60 and one equals less than 60, it has to equal 180. So the measure of angle C has to be greater than 160. That's the answer. Because it has to equal 180. So if that's less than 60, that's got to be greater than 60. That's all we know. Measure of angle C is greater than 60. In angle RST, at number 22, the measure of angle R equals 90 and S equals is greater than 20. Same type of thing. If R equals 90, S is greater than 20. T has to be less than 70 because you had to take 90 and 20, add those together, you get 110. 70 would be if S equaled 20, but S is greater than 20, so it's got to be less than 70. So the answer to this one is that angle T is greater than 70. That is about it for now. Eric and I are going to go play ping pong, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.